Okie dokie nerds. This is a Dredge League. So I don't play much Dredge. I'm not a big fan of the usual build, but today I'm playing the list that Wizard went X and O with to second place in a prelim on the 24th of November. So I'll link that in the description here if you want the list. But yeah, so I think it's fairly stock where we've got 4 Force of Will, 2 Negations and a Misstep, plus 4 Grief as like a interaction package. We've got the Ghouls, we've got the Creeping Chills, Chalice, Amalgam Icarid. There are threats, and then Hollow One dodges the graveyard, 4 Revivals main, and then, yeah, powders, etc, etc. Pretty simple game plan, maybe interact once and then kill them. And then post board we've got some Wastelands, Vigors and Leylines, and Sickening Shoals. We'll run this through a league, and then we'll see how we do. I'm not the biggest fan of this sort of build, but I'll get into that in more detail later. Maybe in a different video, actually. But here we go. We've won a die roll. We're playing Dredge. There's no Bazaar here, so we're going to mulligan. Our opponent's revealed a Lurrus. Congratulations to them. There's a Bazaar here. Powder's an easy bottom here. So Powder can go... Oh, hang on. Is Powder an easy bottom? I guess we bottom chill, right? Because now we know the exact bottom card of our deck is Creeping Chill. So if we can get to it, we can trigger it. I assume that's better. We've got 1 activation to hit a Grief. And if we do, then rip. And if we don't, never mind. So we'll play the Bazaar, and we'll activate the Bazaar first in case we hit Force of Will. We did not. So how do we do this then? Shell, Amalgam, Troll. Yeah, I think that sounds fine. Yeah, Shell, Amalgam, Troll. And then we'll play a Chalice on 0. So in this spot we lost nothing by bottoming the chill. We got 2 Dredges into the yard. We didn't draw into the Grief. And our opponents let that resolve. So the nice thing about Dredge is the no possible plays button on Modo is extremely powerful. I need to work out where I put my graveyard though, don't I? So, oh good grief. This is my graveyard. Rah. I think it'll look good there. That looks great. So our opponent appears to have mulliganed and kept 6. That's an Urza's Saga. And a go. So if I activate on upkeep here, then I do get 2 Dredge 6s this turn, which seems relatively powerful. That's a nice Dredge 11 to kick things off. We'll bink the Amalgam away and we'll chill them. Yes, please. And then draw step, give me my Troll, and nothing happens. We did hit a Silver Smoke Ghoul though, so we're going to get that back. And then that will bring back the triple Amalgam that we're currently holding. And then in our next upkeep we get double Icarid. So, sounds like they're dead. This would need to be 1 turn of Magic the Gathering from a Lurrus deck right now for them to get there. And some of these decks do tend to play the Vault Key combo. So let's see what they come up with. That's a Time Vault. Oh, I hope they're dead. So triple Amalgam. So that's 12, 15, 18. Yeah, this seems pretty academic to be honest with you. So give me a Stinkweed Imp. Give me a Stinkweed Imp. Pitch all the stuff. And our opponent is exceptionally dead. We'll exile a Grief. We'll exile a Grief. And one good thing here, just before they do concede, right, I don't need that anymore, is they've shown us an Underground Sea. So we know they're on a blue-black Lurrus deck rather than a white-blue Lurrus deck. I believe that means we're not going to run into Containment Priest, and it's going to be more needle based, needle and tabernacles. So the vigors look good, right, into a needle saga deck. I want what I'm bringing in over to the side. There we go. These for a tabernacle, they are a wasteland deck. So this is the stuff that makes sense to me. On the draw, Grief is going to lose some interest. Chalice is worse. We don't need all those dredgers, and the ghouls can go. The next question is, do I want to drop another ghoul for a force negation? Because that way then, look, I've got maximum turn 1 needle protection. I've got maximum wasteland protection. I've got maximum tabernacle protection. My big thought at the moment is, do I want Sickening Shoal? I don't think so. I think I'm happy to go down to one ghoul. One ghoul just in case. But the big issue I have with ghoul in Dredge is that it's the only one that you can't really, well you can, but you can't really control when ghoul comes into play. The rest of them you can, because Icarid and Narcomoeba are optional, which means your amalgams you can control. Whereas if I chill someone and then accidentally mill a ghoul later, then the ghoul's coming into play. And that's a real drawback versus Oath of Druids. Is not being able to control your destiny, I guess. Control what you're putting into play. You just lose all that agency. So we'll keep this, and this time we will bottom the powder. We didn't need the chill on the bottom last time, but it's one of the things I think is a skill in Dredge and where you can gain a lot of points is knowing the bottom few cards of your deck. So we probably need to fight that, right? So they can force back. Yeah, they do. And I think we're just going to meme around and wasteland them, first of all. First order of business will be to... because they're on 2 cards now. And Wasteland Shell with... I can imagine that being just the keep and the rest of it's just nonsense. If they go land needle, then congratulations, your hand was fucked up, sort of thing. That's a strip mine, okay. Manifold key, that doesn't do it. Cool, so we'll play a Bazaar. We'll activate. And we're definitely getting a hollow one into play, so that's exciting. 2 of them. Pay me. So I'm just going to discard the dredgers, assume I lose my graveyard and my Bazaar, which means I'm then going to be drawing to Force of Wills. That seems pretty good. They've got 1 card left in hand. This is my 8 power. Your game on Freya. Yeah. If they've got Tabernacle, yeah, their hand's like Tabernacle Strip. Oh, that's a Ball Lake, that one. So now we've got to go and find a wasteland, I guess. Do you want to strip mine me? Is that what you want to do right now? This is interesting, actually. Yeah, you do want to wasteland me. That's cool. This is my graveyard. They've still got the Soul Guide available. Do we dredge? What does dredging do? It powers up their Soul Guide Lantern and it pressures them to not draw cards with it. But then if I just draw cards, then I might draw permission. By permission I just mean a blue card, right? What blue cards have I got? 3 amalgams, 3 force negations, 3 force of wills, 4 narcs, and a misstep in 50 cards. That doesn't sound very good. Or I could draw Noxious Revival for my Bazaar, or I could draw another Bazaar, or I could draw a Waste. I think there's better cards in my deck than there is flipping over into a Soulgrade Lantern, so I'm just going to press cancel. Perfect. And now next turn I might Dredge to try and get them to pop this. Opponent's on 1 card, right? So that's kind of cool for us. They're at 11 and 1 card. Yeah, and they've got to draw off their Soulguide Lantern, which means I get my graveyard back, having got up to Force of Will. Mox Jet is fine. Dredge. Creeping Chill you. Attack you for 8. Talk to me. And they're dead. Perfect. That was fun. We win the match. I'll see you for round 2. Okay, round 2 up against Duke Vitro. We're on Dredge. Opponent is not here. Opponent has arrived. So, what have we got? No interaction, but like quite an aggressive hand with 7 cards and a Bazaar. Looks like a keep. So, Verdant Catacombs. Never particularly fond of my opponent playing Verdant Catacombs in Vintage. Just sounds like a horrific matchup already. So what do we want to do? We can pitch Troll, Imp, Amalgam. Yep. And then we'll lead on Chalice of the Void, because I think Chalice of the Void is lower power against Verdant Catacombs. It's unlikely that they're bugged though, because I mean they do appear to be some sort of. I was just thinking it's unlikely to be bugged because they didn't play 2 pieces of power on turn 1. So that's weird. And now we'll cast the Hollow One. But I led on Chalice just because if like Verdant screams bug to me rather than Oath, which they could be now that they've played a Trop sort of thing. Strip Mine, sure. So yeah. And Chalice is less impactful against Bug than it is against a lot of other decks. So we milled some cards. One of them was a Silver Smoke Ghoul, an Amalgam, an Icarid, which will come back next turn, 2 Silver Smoke Ghouls. Oh yeah, I'll put my graveyard where you can see it as well. Here we go. So Misty Rainforest. And to Bayou, do a Tarmogoyf, which is a 4/5 Tarmogoyf. So my Icarid is going to eat my Shambling Shell. That triggers an Amalgam. We'll think a Stinkweed Imp. And we will not attack, is that true? So if I attack, I lose my Hollow One. I can get in for 3, and then next turn I'm attacking with 2 3/3s. I guess it's fine to attack. Like, yeah, my creatures die, but I'm getting an Amalgam back at the end of turn, and then they're at 11, and we're... Yeah, I think it's okay. I know I'm just punting away a Hollow One, but we're just pushing damage through right before they can catch up. The Amalgam comes in. At some point I'm going to hit a chill, and then I'll get these ghouls. So this is the sort of matchup where the ghoul is playable, is when your opponent's trying to do some nonsense. Stinkweed Imp. Triple Narcomoeba. It's quite the clock. To the skies. Yeah, and now I can attack them and just keep dealing 3. I'm just going to bolt them every turn. I've got a Dredge locked up. So the Amalgam's going to come back next turn alongside the Icarid. There's a Grief waiting. There's 3 points in the sky a turn. Yeah, I'm unsure how I was supposed to play that, but it seems to be okay. Dig through time. I wonder what they can get with dig through time. That's good in this spot. Main deck. Do they play main deck Dalthy? Not if you're fetching. Thinking on someone. Okay, so this is a turn where we need to hit the chill, right? So I get a Grief gone. That triggers an Amalgam. Draw step, will dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Chill, please. No chill. Unfortunate. May as well send with that. And then I will discard a Grave Troll. No, I won't. I think I might just discard a Thug. So no, we'll discard the Grave Troll. He's going to go, like, the opponent is going to go up to 6. And then we've got triple Icarid, which means we're getting in for 1 billion. Collect Reef. You need more creatures, right? Like, maybe you can eat an Icarid. But then the Dredge 6 is a real problem because I'm 29 cards and yet to hit a chill. I don't know, I just don't think Deathrite's enough in this spot. Orcish Bowmaster would be... Binking a Narc would probably help the clock a little bit. Because then you've got 2 bodies to block with. I'm just not sure if I want to eat all 3 Silver Smokes. Okay, they've conceded. So I did want to eat it. Right, what do we want? We definitely want the Vigors because they're going to bring in ley lines. We definitely want the Wastelands because we know they're going to bring in tabs. Sickening Shoal looks like it could have text as well. And Noxious because our cards are dead. Force and Negation is not great against Bug in general. Nor is Chalice. Thugs are, I think, almost always trimmable, in my opinion. I really like the chills just as burn spells. Just as they were trying to do there, just picking up, just playing creatures into play which were bigger than mine. Like, I'm not convinced about how I played that, but hey ho. But now I've still got 5 cuts to make. So one more Thug makes it 1, 5, 9, 10 dredges. I think it's supposed to be on 11. Alright. I said I didn't like them, so I'll cut them. No, but I think this is the one matchup where I really do need them. Maybe it's just not a Force of Will matchup. Maybe that's the joke. Maybe we're just supposed to drop Force of Will, come down a Thug, and just kill their permanents. What are they going to cast that I want to counter? Nothing. Needle gets misstepped and vigored. Leyline gets vigored. We'll give it a go. Don't know about that. I don't know how I'm supposed to board against Bug, but I feel like I want to be threat dense against Bug. This looks cool. This looks cool until Leyline. Oh, mulligan to 6 and keep. How intriguing. Okay. Underground Sea, Mox Emerald, Yixid Jailer. Okay, so we'll end step this and I'll pitch the shell, I guess, or the imp. Shell or imp or amalgam. I don't have any blue cards to pick the amalgam's a threat. I don't have any... yeah, I think I'll just pitch the shell because I'm less concerned about vigor now. So they've got force of will pitching. Okay. Narcomoeba, right. So do we just wasteland them? No. I've got one more Sickening Shoal. I've got 4 hollow ones. They've got 1 card in hand. Yeah, I'm just going to go for like a nice cheeky bit of mana denial. Again, if their last card's a needle, then good on you. And now we just go and find hollow ones, nice and slowly. So Golgari Grave Troll. That's a hollow one. So the amalgam can go, the imp can go, maybe I want to hold the imp, discard the narc and the troll. Now we'll cast a hollow one. And now we're racing. They've got no plays. Okay, so it's over to us. Remember, our cards in graveyard have got no text at the moment. So we're looking for our second Sickening Shoal or our first Sickening Shoal. So I've got to discard Misstep and I've got to discard Imp. And we'll attack for 4. Cool. And I'm going to do this at some point. Vigor, sure, that's fine. And then, so my graveyard's now live again because I'm going to pick up this Sickening Shoal. And I'm going to do that now before they draw a land and play Flusterstorm. Or something like that. We've got 1 card left. It wasn't anything relevant there. They hit me for 2. And now we draw Sickening Shoal. We Sickening Shoal their Yixid Jailer. If they have forced blue card, then they win. They do not. We play a Bazaar of Baghdad and kill them. Troll. Imp. Do I push here? I guess so. I know they've conceded. So that was good. Yeah, they kept our hand with hate and a force of will, and we overcame it. So that's always a good spot to be in. I don't know what their sideboard looks like, but I can't imagine Oko is where we want to be post board. Like 3 mana make a food seems really tough against Dredge, but I don't know. But yeah, so that was a nice win. We would have got back some amalgams. We would have gone a bit more ham and probably put more than just amalgams into play. Cool. Okay, round 3 of our league. We're up against Theme. We appear to have lost the die roll. Savage. So, yeah, so far so good. Just, you know, keep 7. We haven't had to come back from a low amount of cards just yet. This is a hand with no interaction though, so it could be difficult. We shall see. Opponent has mulliganed to 6 and revealed a Chancellor of the Annex. Cool. What does that mean? Mana Crypt. It means mono white usually, but okay, I did play against someone in the leagues recently on Oops with Chancellor. So here comes mono white's opener, and it's a white plume. Okay. It's cool that it's not a like prisony piece. I wonder if we can overcome white plume. So Bazaar of Baghdad will go away. Well, not Bazaar of Baghdad will go away. We'll play Bazaar of Baghdad. We'll discard Imp, Silver Smoke Ghoul. And then we have a decision. We can play Hollow One and get it countered by Chancellor, or we can play Noxious Revival and get it countered by Chancellor. I think it's better to roll out the Hollow One, get that countered, and then that means my Noxious works on Bazaar if I get Wastelanded. Does that make sense? I think so. Because they're going to put 2 counters on their white plume, so the Hollow One can never attack, right? I think so. I think playing around Wasteland in this spot against the Chancellor trigger is better than playing around with a Hollow One that can't attack. I don't know. That might be wrong. It might be wrong, but we are operating on mono vibe control for this league. But it's another game where it looks like the ghouls could be good, despite me saying I'm not a big fan of them. So here comes the initiative trigger into the forge, onto the counters, crypt. They win the crypt flip. Is that allowed? Interesting. So Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls naming Archon is particularly difficult, I think, because that makes our creatures tap, no, just our basic lands. Seasoned Dungeoneer, so just like they're on a proper aggro start. We are taking some damages and we need to flip some chills. Right, this is my graveyard. They revealed an ancient tomb. Okay. So we'll let that untap. And now we'll activate Bazaar of Baghdad on upkeep, because that way we can dredge an imp. I think we can do something nerdy. So if we discard chill, imp, and then we'll put a Narcomover into play, which will be a nice little chump blocker for us. It's also going to bring in an Amalgam. And then I might just resolve this chill. Yes. And now I'm going to top the other chill. And then draw step, I can dredge a Stinkweed Imp and get the chill trigger. Yes, please. So that is only +1 life to us, but it is less life to them. Now we put 3 creatures into play tapped. We get another Amalgam on their end step. And then we've got 2 Icarids coming into play on our turn. So yeah, so one of these one of these amalgams will come in on their end step, which means we have presented lethal, except for the fact that they have the untap. They lost the mana crypt flip, which is very exciting. Mox Pearl. That does unlock Solitude for them if they want it. And they've got 5 cards in hand. How there were so many cards? Fuck me. So if they've got another dungeon thing, another initiative threat in hand, then they will be able to complete the dungeon here and now, which would be pretty awkward. Cavern of Souls on Elemental, so they've got the Solitude rolled up and ready to go. And yeah, fortunately that doesn't have flash, so we can just absolutely play around it. Oh, we just dead. 15. Removing the blockers. Exploring onto the White Plume. Revealing a White Plume. So 2 dudes get blocked, 3, so everything in play gets blocked, right? But I've got 2 Icarids, so I need to flip a chill to win. And I've got a Stinkweed Imp is all at the moment. Oh no, and I've got an Amalgam as well. Okay, so they're just dead. Because Solitude plus White Plume negates all of this, or everything that's in play right now, and then the Amalgam's coming back on end step. Plus 2 Icarids is 9, and they're at 8. So they need Plough or another Solitude. I take 9 points of damage. My Amalgam comes back. You can untap a creature. Now I'm going to Dredge. Stinkweed Imp. Golgari Thug. Imp, Imp, Imp. Yes, I'd like to use an Alchemy Visibility. I think there's 2 Grease memeing around in the graveyard at the moment. There's one. Pink. And there's another. Dink. Draw step. Imp. Hit another chill. Combat, please. All of them. And they concede. Cool. So that was just pure racing. I think the big interesting spot was the Noxious or Hollow one. I felt like the Hollow one was outclassed quite quickly, and then the Noxious did come into play for us to, you know, gain a bit more life and burn them a bit lower. So against Mono White, I like Sickening Shoal. I don't understand why we're only on 2 of those. Force Negation doesn't do anything. Mental Misstep doesn't do anything. I guess Vigor and Revival are good, and then they bring in like triple tab, so maybe it's just very similar to what we did against Bug earlier. I think the Griefs are egregiously bad on the draw. And do I just drop all the forces? So if I wanted one of these lot, what do I want? Solo Grief. Like blow up your mana and blow up your tabs. Maybe like a couple more Griefs in exchange for a couple of Thugs is fine. Yeah, I think I want more Sickening Shoals, because you've got mono white and the blue white Lurus deck, which are like heavy on Containment Priest at the moment, and like everyone's going to be hedging Containment Priest over a lot of the other hate due to the prevalence of Oath of Druids as well. So I feel like your Jeskai nerds will be on priests. Your various Tinker decks will be leaning towards priest if they want more on top of Cage. I don't know. I feel like priest is well positioned, so maybe we want more of these. Perfect. We'll keep this. We'll bottom a Ghoul. So the reason we bottom the Ghoul here is because if we get leylined, then the Shambling Shell is a green card. Stinkweed Imp is our best thing. Our best dredger. I think that's fairly easy. This isn't the sort of draw that we can usually beat, I don't think. Black Lotus, Caracas, Moxjet, it's just 5 mana on turn 1. Archon of Emeria. Okay, cool. So that's difficult. I'd like to top deck that Grief I bought in. Serum Powder. I guess I've just got to play my Bazaar and get Wastelanded, right? I think so. Because there's a Chancellor trigger, right? So we can't Sickening Shoal that. We need to play this Hollow One, and then we can start Sickening Shoal things. And they've got the Containment Priest. Do they have the Wasteland as well? No. That comes into play tapped. See, Magic Online thinks I have plays, but in fact I do not. So that's great. We take 4 damage. How many priests do you have? We do get the untap, which is exciting. Let's discard. I might pitch the Ghoul. Yeah, I want to maintain black cards, right? So Icarid Imp Powder. I can play 1 card a turn. I think I'd cast Grief. No, that can't be right. I'm going to cast Hollow One. I'm going to cast Grief. I'm going to cast Hollow One. Because this, whatever spell this is, gets countered. Okay, so if I cast Grief, then I'm down a Silver Smoke Ghoul. And then I Sickening Shoal their Containment Priest on their turn. Yeah, because then I can go. Yeah, no. So I'm going to play the Hollow One. Am I going to play the Hollow One? I don't know. I'm going to cast Grief. I don't think the cards in their hand matter. Okay. One, two, three. Anointed Peacekeeper. Okay. This guy dies. This is our graveyard. And now it's down to Icarid to get the job done. because this hollow one's not coming out of anywhere. So maybe the so the other way around was better, but hey ho. We will dredge when we can. I will bring back this Ichrid, I think, just while the getting is good. Stinkweed Imp will dredge. That will hit a Narcomoeba, so that can come in. Ichrid will get in for 3. We drew 2 more dredges. So Seasoned Dungeoneer is going to give the Anointed Peacekeeper protection from creatures. And this turn I guess I don't reanimate the Ichrid. We'll take our medicine. We don't have main life points. No. Shambling Shell. Hit another Narc and a Chill, so that's great. So a few more life points. Yes, please. Yes, please. And then we have the initiative. And then we get a ghoul back, and we have to look at some combat maths on our turn to see how this Ichrid works. Because the next time we hit them, we get to distribute 2 counters. Their Peacekeeper always has protection from creatures when it attacks. Do I block? So 7, 8, 9 means I don't have to. 10 also means I don't have to attack, have to block. But maybe I do, because I need to buy another turn. Because what's this damage-wise? This is 2 in the sky, and 3 on the ground, 4 on the ground, 5, 6 on the ground. So I guess I've got to block one of them, so I guess I block the Peacekeeper. They've got 3 cards in hand. They get the initiative back, which means they now get their counters. Then I get the initiative back, which means I then get the counters. But then I just die next turn. So, doesn't sound great. Truly. I can't bring back the Ichrid, I don't think. My actual factual just dead though. So what's the joke here if I don't? I'm drawing to exactly 1 Sickening Shoal, which doesn't even kill. Oh, actually it does kind of, doesn't it? Because then I'd flip my deck over. But the Seasoned Dungeoneer is annoying. So yeah, no, I don't think I can bring back the Ichrid. I think I've just got to have some Miracle Dredge here. I don't know what that looks like. Certainly doesn't look like that. Narc Wasteland Ichrid. Alright, next game. Next game. Yeah, I think it comes down. I don't know if it just comes down to that grief play at the beginning, but that certainly was a lot of it. You drop another Thug for an additional grief on the play. And then we won the die roll. With a Bazaar and a Sickening Shoal and a Noxious Revival. So we'll keep this. So easy discards if we get leylined, because we've got 2 here in Powder and Narc. We would then be very attached to this Noxious as a green card. We've got Sickening Shoal, Icarid at the moment for their first threatening play. I think on this first Bazaar activation, when we deploy Hollow One, the most exciting thing we can get is Chalice of the Void. So let's see where this gets us. We don't have a Dredger right now, which could become an issue in the very near future. So no Leyline, which not all the decks are on. I think if they've got Peacekeeper, it can lean towards them not having Leyline. So we will discard the 2 Narcs. No Chalice either, not Chalice, no Chancellor. No Dredger, no Chancellor from them. We've got a Hollow One, which is going to be some pressure if they were looking to have an early thing. And the reason we've not discarded the Icarid is because of the Sickening Shoal. We've held green card for this reason. Okay. And now we'll be coming off of our Force of Vigor. I don't want to put the Wasteland back actually, but that was close. So we pick up our Bazaar. We'll just play our Bazaar, I imagine, and do nothing with it. So we can make up our mind on end step, or in response to a Wasteland, or in response to them deploying a bunch of Moxen. Solitude, okay. Doesn't seem particularly terrifying for us to have to overcome. So I could activate for another Hollow One, but I think it's just better to wait and see what happens. See if I need this Sickening Shoal and Icarid. See if I come up with something else to do. Yada yada yada. Wasteland again. Okay. Now we can activate looking for another Revival, which we don't find. We also don't find a Dredger, which is a real pain in the A. So let's just discard Vigor, Icarid, Amalgam. Wasteland resolves, and we're going to be saying no a lot of times. We haven't found a Dredger. White, makes an Archon. Okay, that's something we can come up, deal with later. No to the Icarid. Both players have 2 cards in hand. They have the Archon in play, but I think we can draw to 7 kind of comfortably against an opponent with no lands in play at the moment. Obviously they've played 2 Wastelands, it's only turn 3, but so Bazaar's a great draw, Noxious is a great draw. That's the Revival's a great draw. So what shall we do? We'll pass the turn. And we do have to kill the Archon. For our Bazaar to come in untapped. Ancient Tomb is a great land for us to see. So Sickening Shoal, kill this guy, exile this. And now we'll Noxious our Bazaar of Baghdad and pay 2 life. Still no. And then we'll play Bazaar and say go. because we're past our draw step, right? We had to go through a draw step to get it. So just let them see what they come up with. They come up with nothing, so they could have surgicals or something like that. Well, they can't have surgical. I just knocked just a bazaar. Bye guys. And now we can see our graveyard again. Upkeep, in response to that trigger, we will dredge some Stinkweed Imps and a Golgari Grave Troll. And declare no triggers. Oh, there's a pause. Are we getting Ravenous trapped? Nice. Bye, graveyard. Thanks for joining. So, still only one hollow one gone, so we'll go to our thing. We'll activate the bazaar. We'll discard some cards. I guess these 3. We'll hold the amalgam just in case they trap us again. Mox Ruby. Let's go to our draw step. And we'll draw with the Stinkweed Imp. Completely missed. That's annoying. Let's discard these. So I'm trying to keep hold of my Dredger here. See if they've got another trap. They do not. Mox Sapphire. So I'm going to resolve this trigger this time. Which triggers my amalgam. And I think I've just got a natural draw step here as well, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm going to attack them. I'm going to get my amalgam into play. I'm just trying to go a bit slower. I don't know how good that is. I think I'll activate on their turn though to discard a Dredger. We've got Cavern of Souls, which is going to be white mana. Non-human, so that can be a Containment Priest. 3 mana. Okay, and then they untap. So they're holding a Containment Priest. Now, do they have a trap here? I think it's kind of okay if they do. I'm not sure what my long-term plan is with 20 cards left though. In exile I've got 1 Sickening Shoal and another one in the graveyard. This is my trigger. And now they're going to flash in the Containment Priest and we're going to respond with a Bazaar activation. And we're just going to push as much as we can. That is all we've got. That is a Narcomoeba and a Creeping Chill. And they've got another trap. Okay. Yes. I'll attack you for 3. So they've got 1 card in hand. We've got 2, 3 hollow ones exiled. Both Sickening Shoals are exiled. Looks like we're going to get kind of ground out here. 47 cards in exile is not like the ideal. You know, and I'm obviously playing through this interaction is not a skill I've sort of gone off and obtained. I'm just trying to work it out as I go. Like, it's not like it's my first day playing Dredge, but I don't pay loads of attention to the Dredge world. Attacking seems weak. Not attacking seems weak. Continuing to play this game seems also quite weak. What can I ever do? Because if I don't attack, then they can legitimately just sit there and mill me. I've got 9 cards. To get up to 7, so I'd be discarding with 3 cards to go into a containment priest that I can't ever remove. I don't think we're winning this game. So much so that I think I'm happy to concede it. 1 Sickening Shoal, 2 Sickening Shoal. I will concede. Good games though. And I'll see you for round 4. Okay, round 4 against King Jellybean. We've won a die roll. And we will powder this nonsense into a bizarre Force of Will triple amalgam hand. Tasty. So, yeah. Looks like a good opener. We'll obviously be holding one of these amalgams for a while. Unlikely to have the triple amalgam discard today, unless we draw into a Narc Amoeba on this first activation. This first and last draw, hopefully. Yeah, that last game, I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to play around Mind Break Trap. I'm not saying the lines I took were optimal. I'm just saying that that's what I did. So, not Mind Break Trap, Ravenous Trap. So what have we got? We've got a Quiver Grave Troll. So, Grave Troll and 1 amalgam is easy. The question becomes, is it 2 amalgams? Or is it 2 dredges? Like, let's say our opponent's just, they're on squee. And they top my Grave Troll and wasteland my Bazaar. That seems really annoying. But if they're not on squee, then 2 amalgams is a lot of pressure. But I can put an amalgam to play next turn. So, let's go 1 amalgam, pitching a Thug, and diversifying our dredges, so that we can't get quite so easily browned by the one deck I can see lines for. Because if I trigger this amalgam, then this amalgam will see it happening. Mana Crypt. Yeah, I think that's fine. Sensei's Divining Top. Okay. Mox Opal. I'm less excited about that. But I think I just go after the payoff, assuming they're on like a Julie Shoppy PO type thing. Blue car, blue land, blue mana, Ancestral Yourself. Okay, I guess I have to fight that one. Now they can check with top. Now we're going to try and flip our deck over before they kill us. Oh no, they're just killing us. Lotus Petal. Blue Brainstorm. Okay. So they wanted all of the cards. They're down to 1. They're down to 0. And they're fetching as well. Okay, cool. So we are... And they're fetching, which is important for us to note. This looks to be like a traditional PO Tinker style list then. So let's flip some nonsense over. This is our graveyard. That's a Golgari Grave Troll. And a Thug. And we'll discard Amalgam, Troll, Thug. And this way the Amalgam sees everything. Hey, where's my graveyard gone? Oh, multiple Amalgams. Tasty. Yes, I would like to burn them for 3. Draw step, give me that Troll. Same again. Yes. No ghouls. By the looks of things. Let's see what they found. Did they find something like Vamp Tinker for Sphinx? These are my abilities. So this here is one of my sort of like the things I'm not too fond on with Dredge, is the fact that you're kind of like interacting once and killing them on turn 3 or 4. Like I still don't have lethal in this board, right? Oh no, I do. I've got Nicarid. But like I just feel like whenever I build Dredge and I play Dredge, I try to cut the ghouls into more interaction. They found a PO here, which is pretty good for them. Yeah, I just find that one piece of interaction usually isn't quite enough to push us through a game. We are going to let our opponent do everything though, because we do have onboard lethal, so we need them to actually tell us why we're dead, which is a bit of a shame. So this time looks like another PO for 3 this time. Didn't redeploy the top, because that would have made it not mana neutral, I guess. 9 cards in hand. We've still got less cards in deck, so technically we're winning. And now we've got something new. Another PO for 3. Cool. So this is peak wheel spinning. Oh no, that's a new Mox. Is this progress that they've made? Can't be having that. Into the top. Black mana. Oh, lots of black mana. Tendrils of Agony for 16. Cool, like a proper Tendrils kill as well. That's neat. You don't see that every day. But yeah, 32 is more than 25, so we're going to lose. Good on them. So they click some buttons, our life total decreases. What did I fight? I fought the Ancestral. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's a perfectly reasonable fight to take. And look at all of that they had. Very, very good. Congratulations. So negation seems powerful. Vigor seems powerful. Noxious seems questionable. 1 Thug, 1 Ghoul. Maybe I'm like contractually obliged to keep another Noxious in, or 2 Noxious in, just for green count. Sure. So this is our max interaction suite here. That was neat. I like Tendrils kills. I think they're wrong, but I do like them. I think they're cool. Turned out it wasn't peak wheel spinning, it was just storm building, so that was nice. But yeah, I like imagine if we didn't have ghouls in our deck and we were able to just have like mind break traps or something. We'll mulligan here because that doesn't do anything. We'll mulligan here because of the exact same reasons. Yink, down to 5, down to 4. Down to 3, not good for interacting with this storm opponent. They've gone down to 5, so they're just like going nuts for the ley line. We'll keep this and we'll drop all of these cards here. Done. Oh, what? I feel betrayed if you're going to mulligan to 5. Bazaar of Baghdad. You okay? Yeah, if they're going to mulligan to 5, then I expect you to have the ley line at the very least. Come on. Mox Jet, yes. Defense Grid. I can blow up their jet, or I can just let them have the grid. I guess I just let them have the grid. Cool. We activate this. Any reason to upkeep this dredge? Yes, because then I get 2 dredges this turn. Oh, come back. This is my graveyard. It's a shambling shell. And we hit the Stinkweed Imp. Tasty. These cards can get discarded. I will chill you. Yes, please. Draw step. Give me my Stinkweed Imp. 2 Narcs. Yes. Yes. And over to the opponent. They've got 3 cards in hand. I've got 5 power. An Icarid sitting around. So, truly quite the spot. What have you got? A Grim Monolith. Anything else to go with that Grim Monolith? No. Okay. So, how hard do we want to get Ravenous Trapped this turn? How hard do we want to get Ravenous Trapped this turn? Because I can just Icarid them, attack for 8, Dredge a Stinkweed Imp. No. Let's just die to thingy. Stinkweed Imp, Stinkweed Imp. Dink, dink, dink. Put the Narc triggers on the stack first, why not? Or last. Have you got it? No, nice. That's good for us. I think even if they had a trap, the clock in play is probably quite brutal for them. I don't know. So what's this? This is 8 damage, so one more chill for the home team. Is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. And pink. Never lucky. Cool, they're going to get one more crack at it. And then they'll die. Or will die next turn. They're at 3. They've got the mana. These are my triggers. So yeah, they can pick up their grid as well with their POs if they feel like it. So that's not doing anything. They know my hand is a Stinkweed Imp. Demonic Tutor. For Tinker. And Tinker for Sphinx, maybe? Time Twister, okay. I remember I can't cast these Force of Wills into the defense grid. Ancestral yourself. Storm count currently 3. DT Tinker Twist, DT Twist Recall. And they've conceded. So 1 apiece. We're on the draw this time. I don't think being on the draw means I don't want grief though. I think the interaction, max interaction, even if it is slow, is where I want to be. Is there any different way to build this? No, I think I'm happy with it. I think I'm happy with it. And the fact that they're on a PO list makes me less interested in Leyline of the Void. If they were on like a Dark Ritual list, then I'd be more likely to bring in Leyline, because the Dark Ritual Storm kills very frequently go through the graveyard with the Yawgmoth Will. Obviously we're playing Dredge, so we've got to keep the Bizarre hand, but this is nice that we've got 1 to 2 Vigors available. That's a Leyline. We haven't yet seen Force of Will out of the opponent. We can assume they've got it, but this is a Mox Pearl. And then on their end step, I will be pitching the Shambling Shell, because I want access to double Vigor in case of the Force of Will. I know that's my only Dredger, and that I've gone down 2 Dredgers, but I just think it's better to maintain as much fight as possible over this Vigor. That's a Force pitching a Force. And then it's a Force of Will. I need green cards though, so we'll activate. We'll discard Powder, Chill, Icarid, I guess. And then we'll sit here and trade some resources for a while. They've only got 2 cards left after that exchange. Vamp here, I imagine I let it go. No, no Vamp though. I think I can pass. I think I've got time. They've got 3 cards, 2 mana sources. I've got 2 Force of Wills. So I think we've got options. They're up to 4 cards now. I don't need to go putting all my cards into the bin for not much real gain. Next turn I'll probably give it an activate though, because then I'll have 2 cards plus double Force and a Vigor to hold. So Mox Opal's fine, and it's pass of the turn. So we'll be activating this turn. Hollow One makes it interesting, so it makes my discards harder, but we are looking for green. So Narcomoeba, Icarid, Stinkweed Imp, cast a Hollow One. And if they force it, then it's resolving their Force of Will. Yeah. Not a problem. Could not... Well, couldn't care less, but I need to win this fight, right? This is the fight that we're battling on. That's a Grave Troll. That's going to be the pitch. It's just when do we go for it? I guess now. If they fluster me, then it's a real problem. And it's a real problem that I pitched that I didn't fight the hollow one. This is Fluster Storm. Two copies, right? They've got one card in hand. Can't imagine not Force of Willing both copies of Fluster Storm here. One card left in hand for the opponent. Get wrecked. That was sick. And no plays. Dredger in the top two, please. Thank you. Yeah. Give me the cards. Give me the cards. Crunch. By crunch, I mean so far I've lightning bolted them. Any ghouls? No ghouls. So nothing coming back because I've just pitched all of my kill. So 2 Icarids, 2 Amalgams have gone, 2 Chills have gone, 2 Ghouls got sideboarded out. They've got 3 cards in hand now. So it's not by any means close to over, but you know. I think I can just dredge normally here. Hit another chill. Do you got anything to say about that chill? Nope. Now we'll dredge here. Now we'll dredge here. Okay, so maybe not the most efficient, but we are going to dump creatures into play now. Unless they trap us as well, but trap plus leyline is pretty aggro. So we get an Amalgam back, and we'll get a Silver Smoke Ghoul back, and that will be presenting just shy of lethal. And all my chills have gone. And there's no Icarids, so they're definitely getting 2 draw steps. I don't know if there's something I can do about that. 1, 2, 3 griefs have gone. So I don't know if I can really just take an organic draw step really to grief them. That seems a bit much. So one of my 13 cards are a grief. I can't accelerate my clock in any way with 4 chills gone. There's no way of gaining haste, so I guess there's no reason why I can't just take a draw step just in case, right? It didn't work. Mental Misstep's gone, so I can't get a Mind Break trap. Is there any 0 card interaction I can get to? Force of Negation, I guess, if they try and go through the graveyard, but they've not got anything good in the graveyard at the moment. Well, you'll go. Can't get to Chalice of the Void. That's gone. That's a Misty Rainforest. And a Concession. Nice. Nice. We win the match. See you for the final round. Sweet, we've got a final round opponent and we've won a die roll. We're up against Gel. So, cool. Yeah, dope. Double grief and a bazaar. Pay me. Pay me now. I won't do anything in my upkeep, and I think the ghouls are the pitch. Sorry, ghoul fans. Yeah, despite saying I don't like them. There has been a number of spots today. Jesus fucking Christ. There have been a number of spots today where I've been like praying for ghouls, you know? What the hell do I do against that? Lotus Ancestral, I guess, are the things that I take. Leave them with Ponder, Fluster, Time Walk, Doomsday. Jesus. I thought my hand was good. So let's take Black Lotus. My grief is dead. And now we'll take Ancestral. Now hand looks slightly worse. Now we'll play Bazaar, pray for Hollow One. Okay. Can't imagine I'm drawing to that Force of Will this game. So what's their hand now? It is everything down to that Doomsday, right? Fluster, Walk, Ponder, Delta, Doomsday. Yeah, +1. Underground Sea. Fuck off. Okay, so we've just got to flip really well, I guess. Classic Doomsdays. I think I'm supposed to take the Ancestral Lotus. I don't think, because it's just not that likely, right? The Doomsday's really slow. They've got Ponder, and then I get an Icarid attack, and then I've got an Icarid attack sort of thing. So we're going to be dead next turn. So I guess we just have to go, this is my graveyard, and turn as many cards face up as possible. What a draw. Let me know what you think on the double grief there and what you would have taken. I think the options are Ancestral Doomsday or Ancestral Lotus. So if I take the Doomsday, then they go land, Ponder, Lotus, Walk. Yeah, maybe the payoff is, maybe it's just like leave you with the mana and I get the Doomsday. Huh. Interesting. Interesting spot. But exactly Dark Ritual off the top for the turn 1 Doomsday, I think that's pretty low prevalence, right? So that's pretty unlikely. So I think we can... And I'd get 2 more Bazaar activations after that. So what I need to hit here, just double chill in 14 to 15 cards. Not tremendously likely, but also definitely possible. Yeah, so like Ancestral or Doomsday. Ancestral, Doomsday. Ancestral's got to go. And taking the mana means that Doomsday's just slow and dead in hand until it's not. Yeah, no, I think I like what I did. I think I like what I did. Opponent's in the tank, so I'm going to pause some video. Okay, opponents chosen their cards and they are now stacking their deck. They're down to 9, so we are on this Icarid plus double chill. They took back the Lotus and the Ancestral. There's a Thoracle there. 3 cards in hand. Which we know. So yeah, let's go mill some double chill. That's a Stinkweed Imp. 2 Narcs. Close, but not what we wanted. 0 chills. 0 Grave Trolls. So double chill, 1 trigger. That's what we need. Exile a Grief, and now Stinkweed Imp for the win. Dink. 0 chills. 0 chills. A shame. And now we die. Lotus, Ponder, into Ancestral, into a kill. Perfectly executed. Well done. And we're dead. Alright, yeah, interesting spot on the double grief. I will be interested to know what you think I should have taken, if I should play around top deck Dark Ritual, or if just taking their fast mana into their other stuff, and their fast mana and their fast draw is better. So we bring in the negation, and I'm going to bring in the Force of Vigors as well. The Silver Smoke Balls are aggressively slow for this sort of thing. And then 2 Thugs as well. I'm going up on the Revivals to work with the Vigors for if they've got Leyline. And the Revivals can also be a bit of interaction, because we don't have any Mindbreak traps today, which is distressing. They are a Tabernacle deck, but I think that's like at the very bottom of the list of things we care about. So yeah, powder this, mulligan this. We have to get rid of this despite it being dope. We'll powder again. We'll put a Force of Will and a Force of Vigor back into our deck. How many dredges does that mean I'm down? Just 3. Okay, that's fine. And we'll mulligan down to 4. And we've got Bazaar and blue cards. And we will keep a Golgari Grave Troll just in case we need green cards. So these 2 can go back. This one can go. And we're done. I'm on the play. They've got a Leyline. And 4 cards. Let's play Bazaar. And I think I'm already annoyed at how I've played. Yeah, it's fine. I'm holding the blue cards because I don't want them to have troll and kill me quickly. I want to counter their spell and then draw later. So we'll force this. And we can't do anything this turn because we need to get up on cards. Oh, okay, we can do something this turn. And I will play that. And this is why I was annoyed about how I played, because I'm not activating Bazaar of Baghdad on turn 1, so I don't know why I'm putting it into play. I know they don't have Strip Mine or Wasteland, but you know, it can be another card in our hand, which is never a problem. So doesn't look great for us as they continue to sculpt their hand, especially with Ancestral. Good grief. So we need to go and find one of our 4 Vigors soon. Here, right now? Oh yeah. They've got 4 cards in hand though, so it's very easy for us to die right here. They've got Fluster. Oh, Brainstorm. Okay. And if this doesn't get through, which it did, then we're looking at drawing into a hollow one kill sort of thing. So we'll mill 2 now. That's a Dredger. And now we'll dredge again. This is my graveyard. And a Thug as well. So 2 Amalgams and an Icarid, and then we'll dredge the Thug and just hit fuck all the whole time. That's not true. We hit 2 Icarids, 2 Amalgams. Blue and a black gets them a Demonic Tutor. Does this get them back into Graveyard Hate, do we think? Surgical, Ravenous Trap, Tabernacle. Lotus Doomsday doesn't work, so if they're holding Doomsday, it's got to be like Dark Ritual next turn. Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Sure, it's fine. Still going to hit you for 6. I'm going to do Dredge now, I think. Shambling Shell. Shambling Shell? Why am I dredging now, actually? That seems like a real loose play, actually. Where I've already got the 2 Grease rolled up. I don't need to be going and getting my Icarids wrecked by a trap or something. Right, Stinkweed Imp. I now have a good dredger. Another Narc. It can come into play, why not? More the merrier. It's probably quite academic for them to kill us from here because our clock's not very fast, but we've got Icarids, right? These are my triggers as well, by the way. I don't know if you saw them. So, yeah, so they've got 2 turns. Maybe less if I can mill some chills, but I've already gone through 1 to 2 of them. 1. Also, 1 chill and 18 cards in deck. I can probably do 18 cards next turn, right? Very close. With a Stinkweed Imp and a Thug, I can do 14 cards. With 2 Icarids. Might work. Oh no, we're just dead. We're just dead. They've got 4 cards in hand. I can't imagine they don't have a cantrip here. Although they need to play around Chalice. And I don't know how they do that. And that's great, because then they just, like, die, right? Now they're at 6. That's where that's 2 chills for us. So this has to be... I guess this has to be a gush kill then. But that... They've got a tap land. So blue, gush, probe. Oracle? Yeah, that works. So they need gush in hand already though. Cool. So if they've got gush in hand, I think there's a kill. If they don't have gush in hand, then I can't think that much. But that was a lot fucking quicker than it was last time they did this. So they feel like they've got it. Street Wraith. Gush in hand. Oh yeah, gush on top with Street Wraith in hand. Yeah, cool. Right, and then they win. So that's cool. So we go, what, 3 and 2 in this league, losing to Doomsday and Mono White. I feel like they're not matchups we want to have as matchups that are not particularly winnable, I don't know. But there we go, 3 and 2. Played some Dredge. I feel like I was calling for the Ghouls relatively often, whilst also hating on them a lot. But hey. Maybe game 1 against Dredge we can play differently. The other games I'm not too sure. I did enjoy Force of Willing 2 Flusterstorm copies though. That was enjoyable. So yeah, I just wonder if the Ghouls are actually doing anything for us, and can't they just be more negations, Mindbreak traps, and like maxing out on interaction in that way. Because yeah, accidentally dropping creatures against Oath of Druids, which we didn't play against in this league, unfortunately, doesn't sound great to me. But yeah, hope you enjoyed Dredge League. I might do another one at some point. And yeah, see you next time.